I am not late at all. I am precisely on time. Precisely with a really fucked up voice, as per usual. I went to the doctor about like having like a junky voice and like a junky, like painful kind of nose, and I was getting dizzy and shit. I go to the doctor, they put that camera tube up my nose, they do an MRI of my head and the brain and shit, and they go, oh no, you just have like cysts all over inside of your mucus cavities. I mean, they can cause those problems, but no, that's not what's happening. Take them out! Take them out now! Get rid of them! I don't want them anymore! Right. You can't just take them out. No, I mean, I can get them. I can get surgery. It's so stupid. Like, I almost look forward to when we're all just machines. Like, okay, keep our brains and keep our hearts because that's important. But honestly, Mr. Albertson, you've got a hernia. We're gonna have to fucking cut into you and cut all the flesh and shit and put all the mucous membranes. And then, like, pull it out because it's stuck there. And then, you know, that could be why your whole body hurts. Oh, okay. Mr. Albertson, you have cysts in your nose and they're growing and they're huge and they're ugly and we need to cut them out with scissors. Whatever the hell they do. We need to be made out of steel and platinum and gold. None of this flesh bullshit. It's stupid. It gets in the way. That was a big true. Somebody said that right now. Would you let raccoons do surgery on you? Does the raccoon have a degree in surgery? Because yes, if that's the case. If a raccoon can get through med school and get a degree in surgery, then why wouldn't you? I mean, they let Rocket Raccoon build a bunch of spaceships. You don't think that he could, if he wanted to, become a doctor or something? And I'm going to pull back the jokiness because I'm actually going to talk about a lot of serious things here. No more jokey voice. This is my real voice. This is how I actually talk. You're at 10K now. It's not enough! I'm in a weird mood today. I'm really excited today, okay? I'm sorry. All right. It's time to mute the music. I need to say something. I need to talk about something. I got to get this like other music out of my ear. Tell a fart joke. I'll tell a fart joke in the middle of this announcement to ruin it. How does that sound? So as you know, those of you that have been on this channel for a long time, you'll know that sometimes I do very large streams. Whether that's the Dollhouse, whether that's the Halloween stream, Bugleberry shows up sometimes. He's a good friend of mine, by the way. Good friend of mine. Baseball, other stuff that I really want to do. The bills are starting to add up. And over the next kind of arc of my career here, which I'll be honest, I kind of want to make this like the big one. What is happening now is I've decided, going back and forth and talking with various people and various things, I am now signed with Evolved. I'm now under the Evolved umbrella. Evolved is the company that represents XQC in a talent agency and a shitload of esports players, right? So why are you doing this? Whoa. Oh, wait a minute. This dude's now all of a sudden he's like signed with a talent agency. He blew up his Discord. And like, now what the fuck? What? Corporate Andy is taking over. Is that what's happening? No, just wait. I want to make this really clear. He's becoming a CSGO pro. What if that was the announcement? What if? No, that would be so dumb. So essentially what this means is that there's going to be a lot of opportunities now to tap into potential sponsorships and brands and money and making money from these different avenues and stuff, right? But I got to be really clear about this. The big shows cost a lot of money and we struggled. I was actually thinking about having Jake, Community Jake, come on here and talk about this with me because he's a lot more well-spoken than I am in a lot of things. I'll be very transparent with you guys. The streams that you see from time to time, they rack up and have racked up hundreds of thousands of dollars in bills. Dollhouse alone was an unbelievable amount of money. I have to start to be able to pay for these things. And could I maybe pay for them? Oh, I probably could. It would be pretty bad though. I think over another few years of doing this, it might actually not be a good thing. So I'm opening the idea of being able to have a bigger dialogue with sponsors, be signed with a talent agency so they can handle this shit. They come to me, they say, hey dude, you want to do, for instance, you guys I've talked about it 1,000 times, so I'm just going to talk about it again. I want to do Jerma Rumble live, right? I want to do Jerma Rumble live. And that show is going to be an absolute metric fucking huge amount of money. To be able to do stuff like that, I need to have the capital to be able to do it. And I'm going to only take sponsorships and only take money from places that I know that I'll have control. Streams are not going to change. I'm not going to do like fucking like laundry detergent tweets once a week. That's not happening. Guys, I tweet like 5 times a fucking year anyways. You think who wants me to do tweets for their business? But I have to start to think about this stuff. And I have to really start to take into consideration that there are companies that their whole goal is to make you money for stuff and sponsorships and bring brands in. It was a painful experience to get the Dollhouse paid for. A lot of behind the scenes stuff you guys don't know about that show. That was very, very, very difficult to have happen. I have to be very honest with you. If I wasn't doing the big shows, I would have quit 2 or 3 years ago. I would have retired years ago. And I made a very, very important statement over the last 3 or 4 years. If I'm not interested, I'm not going to stay. And yeah, the replacement stream joke, that was a joke. But, you know, I have to really think about how I'm going to stay interested. He actually hates streaming. He actually hates. No, that's not what I'm saying. No, I love streaming. What are you talking about? You would have seen the shows, the projects, the events. That's what I live for right now, right? So what Evolved is going to do is they're going to come in and they're going to connect me to brands and to people that, hey, you know what? Yeah, that stream that you want to do sounds like really fun and really cool. We'll give you money for it. That's the whole purpose of this. Also, I'm going to give you some hard lines here for you to understand. If I will not have complete direct control over everything, I will not take a sponsor. If you see a sponsor on this channel over the coming months, it's because of a few reasons. Reason number 1, fucking cha-ching. Reason number 2, what was it? Oh, paying for shows. No, I mean, I'm just fucking around, but seriously. Reason number 1, and pretty much the only reason, is to make money to pay for the big stuff. And the big stuff is very expensive. Another important thing to understand, if I'm gonna do a huge show that's gonna cost tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, I don't want that to be a financial burden on the community, right? Like, I don't want to have to be like, oh shit, well, I really should really need some more subs this month. Otherwise, it's going to be hard to do, the playground stream. We get a bunch of playground equipment and we do like Olympic level playground equipment competitions. Like, right? But that's not happening. That I just made that up. But that's you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have to, I would rather it be a sponsor comes in, drops a bunch of money, and it's not like the burden is not put on either me or me needing to kind of tell everybody, hey, you know, so like, I need like, can you guys get me to like fucking 20K? No, because I don't want to do that. You know, who knows? Maybe I'm not brand friendly. We'll find the right brands, right? There's tons of companies that I've talked really highly of. We won't know who is going to. He says fuck all the time. But I'm only going to take sponsors from things that I really want to take sponsors from. And I'm going to have control. And Evolved has been very, very upfront. They said, dude, we get it. This has been the music that's been on the whole time? What is this, like church music? Oh my God, turn that off. It's not bad. It's like nice. It's nice music, but I feel like, okay, this is televangelist inspirational bullshit. Dude. It really does feel like I'm a televangelist. I am talking about money and where money's gonna come from to the church, to the congregation. You know, I'm sorry, everybody. What I have to start to think about here is how we're gonna make the church grow even bigger than it is now. And we do that by talking about this company here, as you see. I don't wanna make a joke about a sponsor because like I'm like sponsor Andy now, right? Oh, that's off limits. Can't talk about that. Can't bring up this company just in case they ever are interested. What Evolve doesn't know is like they're gonna come to me with sponsor people. Hey, we got this deal for you. Maybe it'll make you a really good amount of money. You can take this and then like, oh, that show in fucking June is gonna be awesome. Okay, sure. What was the company again? Oh, let me give you a list of all the companies that are interested. Okay, well, I told that company that they suck. I told that company to fuck off. I said, fuck that company. I said, this company makes disgusting dog shit products. I can't use any of these. Yeah, unless you're coming at me with like Hamburger Helper or like McDonald's. Those are the only 2 companies I've ever spoken highly of. There's like no other companies I've ever talked highly of. Maybe like JetBlue. Please don't do NFT. Guys, okay. Turn the funny music off. Let me just be really clear. Yes, you guys know that I had the Coinbase sponsor. Yes, I've been involved in crypto over the years. You understand that, right? But I'm not going to do that. I'm not gonna jump into like the NFT game now that I have a sponsorship. That's not gonna happen. I have no interest in NFTs. I don't care about them. I don't focus on them at all. It's nothing that I care about. Please play, dude. The edibles are kicking in. Oh shit, that dude. All right, that one guy was like ready for House Builder and is pissed because we've been sitting here for 25 plus minutes talking about like the state of the channel and the community and shit. And this guy is sitting here sinking into his couch and like starting to, the world is zoning out. And he's sitting there going, please pick up the fucking cement truck and just dump the cement, dude. This is too much for my fucking brain. What do you got? What do you mean, a talent? He's evolving? No, I don't want an evolved version of this fucking weirdo. No, I'm leaving the community. That person just left the community. That person thinks I'm like turning into like a new Pokemon or something. Like I just fucked it. All right. TLDR, sponsorships are going to become a thing now. I want to pay for big streams. Some of the biggest streams I've ever done, even more large in scale than the Dollhouse, are currently underway. I gotta believe. If you fucking criticize me, you're gone. I will ban you fucking permanently with the click of one of my fucking fingers. So watch it. All right, house builder. This is not like house flipper. It's different. You build the houses rather than flip them. How about instead of a house, we build a home? Time that person out for 30 minutes. It's so bright. I think I'm gonna need to put on some HD glasses, some brightness reducing glasses. Thankfully, I'm open to sponsorships now. I wonder what kind I would put on. I wonder what brand I would be using. God, really need them now. What is the dog doing? The dog's trying to add oxygen to the fire. Good boy. Well, can't you go like get us a rabbit or something? Like go get us like some food. Come on. Go find a wascally rabbit. The new Samsung smart fridge has Twitch integration and Skyrim integration. You should talk to the fans about that. I just said that without you paying me to say that. How dare you? Please reach out to my evolved representative, please, for a retroactive payment. Oh, cool. I did it. I got 5 stars. I did it in 13 minutes. I ran 986 miles. There are gunshots. This is a baby sensory game. It kind of feels like it. Okay, that tied it together. That voice sounds like Joel. It does? Hold on. It sounds like Joel? Somebody just said, fuck SNL and the whole cast. What? What are you talking about? Why are you saying that? This is Jerma985. This is Jerma's stream. Why are you saying that? What happened? What are you doing? What happened? Why are you saying that about, what does that have to do with me? Wait, I keep thinking you guys are talking. All right. I'm so out of the loop with everything. I thought just some guys coming in here going like, hey, by the way, dude, like, fuck SNL and like, fuck the whole cast. Just like, all right, man, like, what? What do you want me to do about it? Why are you saying that to me? I'm studying right now. Can you please shut up for once? Yeah. Here's the thing though, if you're gonna tell me to be quiet on my stream, you better get at least a C on that, whatever it is. HDTV presents the Saw stream. You know what's funny though? I mean, don't be surprised. Not necessarily that exact company, but that's kind of funny to me in its own way. Now, Frank's Burgers presents the Diaper Stream. Like, do you know what you're signing up for here? That was always the plan. What the fuck is going on? It's a game where you build houses. What do you want me to tell you? All games and all movies and all TV shows, you could just say like, what the fuck is going on? It's something otherworldly or something that like, well, this is not otherworldly, but look, you could say that about the Muppets. Like, okay, do you turn the channel and you get on like Muppets Take Manhattan and go, what the fuck is going on? Who are these like little weirdos? Who's that little green guy? No, it's like a piece of media. You'll figure it out. Somebody will help you. You can enjoy it. Wait, what the fuck's going on here? That bear can talk? Why does he sound like Yoda? Two voice Andy. Remember, what is your IRL house made out of? And I think pretty much the same thing that everybody's IRL house is made out of. Kitty litter and, I think that's it. Kitty litter and water. I remember during the Halloween stream when Bugleberry was eating spiders off of the table, which I'm not sure you could even see on the stream, but there was little spiders that were being pulled with string across the table and I was eating them with my hands. I mean, I was backstage like mimicking Bugleberry, like, oh, that's what I want you to do, like directing. But that's what that was supposed to be. And I got a lot of comments saying, Bugleberry, don't put clay like that in your mouth. And I remember like, you know, if that were to be a mask, right? Which it's not, that's somebody's skin. But if that was a mask that somebody was wearing, which absolutely not the case. But if there was a mask, the clay that caked around their mouth like a little kid eating a chocolate bar, that stayed there for the whole BRB, to desperately wipe off, you know, that'd be kind of interesting. Don't eat clay, by the way. Like, honestly, I think it actually, people were saying it's like, don't put it in, it's like actually fucking horrible. I don't remember why, but I know it's just like, don't fucking do that. Read a clock. Guys, there are no clocks where I am. There's no electricity. Clock debacle? Yeah, I have not really taken any THC since that. I remember very specifically. So when it's true. Well, actually, New Year's Eve last year, right? Very specifically, I remember going like this. So when I did that, and I looked back and I watched the clip, and I knew how desperate I was to try to just like get the right time. So this is what I did. I watched that footage back, and I did the thing that you go like this, but you just can't believe it, and you're so pissed because you look so stupid. I did one of these. I went like this, watching it. I went. You know, you like wipe your fucking face because you can't, like, you just can't believe it. You're just sitting there going. That's what I was doing, and I didn't want to have that reaction again. I was just rubbing my mouth going like, God. And because I was looking at the chat, and here's the thing. Everybody in the chat saying, this has to be bullshit. This has to be made up. Like, there's no way you are doing this not on purpose, right? It's like, fuck, I just look so stupid. But then I also had this same kind of epiphany a little bit here. I thought about this the other day, and this is a really interesting topic. I haven't been... Now this, again, you're gonna say, what does this have to do with reading a clock? That's like basic human knowledge. I haven't been in a classroom in almost 20 years. And I think about that a lot. I remember being in class and like the memory is so fleeting to me. It's such a distant memory of doing essays and problems and tests, and it's a fleeting memory, and that's weird to think about.
Outstanding.
Ooh, construction complete. Somebody is shooting. Okay, now I get it. Now I understand what you're talking about. Somebody is firing a gun. Unfortunately, you're on your own this time. There are no shops or any civilization here. You managed to bring the tools on a pickup truck, but you have to arrange the rest of the things you need for the construction of this house yourself. Take care and watch out for the bears. Good luck. Stop saying that. There's no animals in this game. Stop building a trapper's house from the foundations. I thought they weren't going to help me. Okay, that's like if Dark Souls were to be like, here we are. Firelink Shrine. You're on your own, motherfucker. Good luck. It's Dark Souls. It's hard as shit, and we don't help you. And then I walk up to the first enemy, and I take a swing, and the game pauses, and there's 3 on the screen images with different paragraphs under each image explaining how to swing the weapon. That's what they're doing here. Leave me alone. Which, look, I gotta be honest. I said this the other day. I said this when I'm playing the VR stuff too. Like the video game tutorial, just tell me how to do I really need to be told how to swing the weapon? It's left click in every single video game. Like, can you just give me like a cheat sheet with all the buttons on it? I don't know why we still have to go. And remember, right click is aim. You don't have to tell me that. Like, just show it to me. There should be a tutorial game. Yeah, there should be. Like, Steam should come out with an app that you can download that's just like getting started with gaming. And you just have every game follow the same fucking basic rules. And you can open up this like Steam how to. Remember, most games have left click as their means of attacking and or shooting. And then the game can come up. It could be like, here we go. Here's the tutorial. Here we go. Instead of spending like 6+ hours tutorialing me, just please refer to the Steam Workshop app tutorial if you don't know how to use a computer. And then we can shave the first 6 fucking hours of just stretching to add cutscenes to tutorials to make it worth showing. So the developers don't feel like, we have to spend 2 hours telling people how to play the game. We have to make up like a fucking story that they can play through in the tutorial. They don't have to do that anymore. Just get to the good stuff. Get to the meat. Can we watch the new Five Nights at Freddy's video? No! We're not watching Five Nights at Freddy's. You're watching Jerma. This place sucks. So you picked a good one. Oh, it's a deer. You move fast. There's pigs! Wait, why did you develop pigs? Why have pigs and like animals? All right, what the fuck am I doing? I need to read this. Please refer to the Steam tutorial app. Gaming for beginners. I would probably flip out right now. Yeah, imagine if that's what it told me. It sucks so much. All right, here's my best chainsaw impression. Wait, it's doing it for me. I fucked that up so bad, the game was like, you know what, don't worry about it, I'm gonna do it for you. What's that song from Red Dead? Oh, we're having a little fun, and we're having a little how we're build it. And we build all things, and we have a little how, whatever it is. I love that song. Thank you. Thanks for the help. Thanks, Luigi. Watch out, there's a Herobrine. Oh no. What does Herobrine even do? Doesn't he just like stare at you with red eyes or something? And he like kills you? Get out of here! Get out! You did it! There's even more. That does sound like Joel. Like a lot. Humans are a weird group of animals. I know we like want other people to enjoy the things we enjoy, but do we really have to say that that you think the ketchup is house-made? Like, oh dude, no, this ketchup's house-made. No, it's not. It never is. Like, dude, that honey mustard. Oh man. Oh, oh man, they make that here. They make that in-house. I wonder how many times like a restaurateur has heard that come from somebody and they just open up the fridge and there's just bottles of like Heinz ketchup in there. Should I like do an eating stream where I like eat stuff and rate it for you? You want my real dog shit takes on everything? Do dog sausages, dog treats. Dog treat tier list live. So many people do like the taste test stuff. Imagine if I had like milk bones and like dog sausages and like canned dog food and shit, and I sat there and I did that with special guest Otto. Otto has to give his tier list, and how we do that is I take a few dog treats, I break them up so they're really small, right? So he doesn't get like too much. So break them up to the little small taste pieces, put them out in a row, far enough away from each other so he has to decide. I hold him back at like the other end of the room and go, okay, go Otto, and see what he goes for first. That is now elevated on the tier list. So then that's like up at like S tier. We put that next to another one, right? That he also likes, and we make a dog treat tier list. He's saying this, but he's never gonna do it. No, don't you understand? Always remember the things I say, because 2 years from now, I'm gonna spend $40,000 on this as a project. You know what I mean? Like, just wait a year or two, there'll be like a $70,000 stream where this happens. Just wait a few years. No, but the thing is, I wouldn't just do the dog's like food tier list. Like in the middle of that stream, Macho Man Randy Savage has to show up and like eat out of the can with his hands and go like, ooh, yeah, and then leave. And like I just have to blow money on that stream, right? Like somebody has to come in and do something weird. Or like I have to like be like, come here, Otto, go, and I have to like fall out of my window. Like it can't just be a stream where we just do something like basic like that. Do an ocean water tier list? Like the Atlantic versus the Pacific? You want to go to like the Red Sea and be on camera? All right, here we are. Let's find out where this fits. Oh, this one tastes a little bit different. This one's a little nutty. Let me tell you, that's a way for a YouTuber to write off a huge vacation, okay? So just be aware of that. Oh, I'm gonna travel the whole world to take sips out of different bodies of water. Isn't that crazy? It's for the video, man. Yeah, there was something that I wanted to do, but it was just like, not a big fan. But I think we could have done it. I think we might have had to tweak it a little bit. It's nothing bad. It's not bad. Nothing like violent or awful or no, nothing like that. It was just something that didn't sit completely well. Which I mean, for very obvious reasons. It's nothing bad. And there's not like, oh my God, you can't do this. No, it's just we had to be like kind of careful with it because we didn't want to make it seem like it was really happening. That's what it came down to. Fortnite vape stream. I will do that stream one day. Before I retire for real, I'm gonna do the vape guy playing Fortnite joke. I'm gonna. I don't know when, I don't know how, but I'm gonna do that stream. The daycare stream. Okay, I'm gonna talk about it because it's stupid. Community Jake told me also that this is probably a bad idea, let's not do it. And I was like, okay, fine. There was a stream idea a while back where I announced to the stream that I was operating a daycare and that guys, I'm just trying to make some extra money on the side here. I'm operating a daycare and I'm going to be operating it and we got these children here behind. I'm going to be taking care of them. And it was going to be like a half dozen like babies in like baby things back here. And I was going to periodically, because they were going to be those babies that like made the sounds and stuff. And like I had to go feed them. And it was going to be like, look, I'm feeding the babies thing. Where it went off the rails is some crazy stuff was going to happen. Where like a bear was going to fucking attack my office. And I was going to have to like defend the babies from a bear and shit. And like crazy stuff was going to happen. I was going to have to like fight for them and fight against. They were going to like be able to vote for what I was going to play next on stream. No, not real babies, like dolls. What are you talking about? Like small infant baby dolls that just sit back here and I'm like running a daycare and I have to like defend them from like a bear's coming in, and I fight the bear, and like, and maybe one of the babies like gets up and like attacks the bear and shit. But it got to a point where I was like, you know what, this probably isn't a great idea. And Community Jake is just like, yeah, let's like leave this one on the cutting room floor because like I don't think that this is gonna work. And I'm like, yeah, you know what, this probably is gonna be hard to make work. I mean, look, let me be honest, is that as bad as me wanting to do another one that got shut down? Another one that got shut down is I wanted to do the second Catboy stream, and I wanted to shit in a litter box that was in the corner of the room. Is that the same? Is that just as bad? That one got shut down too. You guys don't know. There's a lot of ideas that pass through like a small treatment that me and Community Jake will sit in a call for like an hour, and we'll be like, yeah, man, okay, so for the second Catboy stream, what if there was like just cat toys around the room and I'm like running around chasing them? Maybe like chat can pick on like what toy I play with. Like there'll be a big cat tree that I climb up and like sleep on and just sit there for like 10 straight minutes. Oh, and there'll be like a litter box too. And like maybe I'll go over to the litter box and maybe I'll shit in the litter box. And it's just like, whoa, hold on a minute, Jeremy. Back up for a second. What do you want to do? And I'm like, well, no, I'm just saying, like, I'm just trying to think of like things that like funny shit to do. I wouldn't actually, guys, I wouldn't have actually shit in a litter box on stream. It would be like, I would just go be a cat in the litter box. And like, that would be it. Like, oh, we're gonna go to BRB. He's like using the litter box. I'm trying to think of other stuff that I kind of thought of would be like kind of funny for a second. And then I'm like, no, actually, maybe I don't think I really want to do that one. Hey, what about the ASMR stream too? That's another one that's gone. That was the one where I wanted to have a marching band come in the middle of the stream and like while I'm still talking. That was another one where I wanted to like shave. Do like you're at the barber getting shaved. A few years ago, you talked on Critical's podcast about the courtroom thing. What was that? All right, I can talk about that. I was gonna go on trial for killing Santa Claus, and we were gonna have a courtroom, and I was gonna be on trial for it. But it wasn't gonna be like a normal court. It was gonna be like kind of like a magical court, and Santa's lawyer was gonna be like sing his prosecution at the jury and shit, and I was gonna get pissed off, and it was gonna be like a magical Christmas stream where I'm just this evil fucking awful person. The problem, there was a lot of stuff that was gonna happen on that stream. Unfortunately, we kind of ran out of time because that was also right in the period where I was gonna start to move. That was right before moving to Vegas, and the "you killed Santa" routine wasn't really relevant anymore, and like a year goes by, 2 years go by, and I think in the chat I made jokes about, you know, the legal system sure does take a long time or something, but it never ended up happening. What's happening? What am I doing? How many logs did I pick up? How many logs do I have? There is one that I actually still want to do, and it's not even, it's the one we originally brought up. The one that was originally brought up is not the one, I haven't said it yet, because I think that one actually might still happen. So I'm not going to spoil that one. I'll spoil the ones that you are guaranteed to not happen. Like the Jerma daycare stream. Oh yeah, there's the chocolate factory stream where I was going to go and pretend like I had a chocolate factory and do this whole Willy Wonka routine where we had to eliminate people or something. I don't know I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me sometimes. 30 webcam stream, that was another one, yeah. Who will replace me stuff should have been streamers. Well, the reason why I wanted it to be actors and not like other streamers is because, I don't know, having it be other streamers almost feels like it's too, having actors is almost more real to me because like I wouldn't have another streamer take, like they're already a streamer. Like if let's get a bunch of like streamers together to do this, it'd be like, these are just streamers that you know. You don't know any of those actors. Maybe you did, I don't know. I got a bunch of actors together to see like who could do me the best. It came down to, we didn't really need them because I wasn't ready. And we had a little bullshit happen at the end of that stream. And thankfully I was able to, you know, do what I needed to do and prove my case to whoever I needed to prove it to. Of course, like Dr. Schmoikson and Ludwig and those guys, and they took care of that fucking weird guy. That weird actor. Yeah, that like, I don't know, it's like an actor. They got rid of the actor and I get to continue to do what I want to do. And I'm not gone yet. I don't have to stop. Like, I'm fine. Yeah, somebody was shot, but I mean, we figured it out. We got the right person. It's easy. Everybody already knows that. You could see through, it was clear as day. I'm trying to put forth like the illusion, you know, of, you know, obviously, don't want people to think I'm like retiring. I'm not. I'm just still going. You're not the real Jerma. Then who am I then? I'm not the real Jerma? What about hot cup of cider? Hot cup of coffee? Hot cup of cider? How much more do I need to prove that I'm real? Aaron! Aaron. Let me tell you something really important though. If that was to be a show where that would happen, right? My favorite part of that show, 100%, besides obviously like the Aaron stuff, is the fact that some, people were given material to potentially look at and see kind of, who that person could be and what's that person like on camera. They may have had a whole package made for them, right? If that were the case. And the fact that, I got cider, hot cup of coffee, hot cup of cocoa is the thing. Like the AI was given one thing and then wrote a book about it, right? That's my favorite part is, oh yeah, hot cup of cider. That's what I do. That's me. I love it so much. Oh, so welcome. How are you? Oh yeah, hot cup of cocoa. Oh yeah, that's me. That's what I do. That's my thing. That's all I do. Oh, can I get a look at me, please? Turning. The best part is how everybody wanted to play Dark Souls, and a lot of those guys didn't know anything about Dark Souls. They didn't even know what it was. So watching them struggle with like the mouse and like trying to swing and like take one after one by one, they would come in. Oh, I'm gonna be playing Dark Souls. Like, oh, well, okay. I don't think you want to do that. Getting into like the tutorial room, and then Octopimp comes in and just like beats it first try. That was so goddamn funny. No, I loved that. That was so much fun. My favorite was the one that did the Yoda impression. Yeah, he's great. They were all great though. They were all so cool about everything. They were all so fun. And they're incredibly talented too. It's cool because a lot of those guys were just we just had a casting company help us find all those actors. And it's crazy to see just how people have so many interesting things that they can do. Talents, things that they think are funny, things that they can do. I love that shit. I think it's really cool. I love doing that. So another reason why, for a lot of these things, could I just have like a few like streamers do it? I mean, yeah, but I think it's more fun to like see like what other people are doing and have some like kind of actors that you don't really know, people that you don't see on stream, be able to show them doing stuff. I mean, that's a huge reason why, obviously Dr. Schmoikson. Like, Dr. Schmoikson is awesome. And he's an incredibly nice, wonderful person. And years ago, just kind of like, just roped him into the channel. And he's just been kind of here ever since. It was awesome. When I knew that I was going to do that show, I was like, okay, I need judges. Who do I want to judge that? And then the very obvious choices are like, okay, who, like streamer friends and like, obviously like Stir, right? Stir obviously has been around for a very long time. If somebody knows, in quotes, Jerma, it's going to be Stir. It's be people like Stir, Italix, and like Ludwig. Ludwig is like kind of the last few years, I kind of really started to talk to him and get to know him a little better. So it's kind of like old Jerma985, new Jerma985, and then like Dr. Schmoikson. It was just fun. It was really cool. I loved it. I told you that was going to be one of my favorite streams, and it was. I had so much fun doing that show. I'm like sad it's gone, and I want to do it. Like I want to do it again. I love what I'm doing right now because this is its own different kind of beast. Sitting here streaming a game, chilling, talking, just fucking around, making jokes, whatever. I will always remember all those shows. And you're probably noticing behind me on the Reddit shelf, I put, once a show is done, I put it up there. I put like a little token on the shelf. Just enough for any reason, just because like, oh yeah, like it's a fun kind of memory of like remembering that, oh yeah, I remember doing that. That was cool. What about the dagger? I mean, that was not supposed to be on there. It was just there temporarily. So I know people probably like, why is there like a fucking dagger? What is the dagger for? And I mean, maybe it is like a little cheesy and like a little corny, whatever. But I don't know. It's nice to walk in the room and be like, oh yeah, that was fun. Let us see it. Sure. You notice something up there? Yeah, like you got, and it's like streams that I like really had a great time with. If you notice on the, I don't think I've ever really talked about this. It's kind of interesting because I don't think I've ever said this. Look at the games that are up there too. The Thing is on there. The Movies is on there. Seaman is up there. Yeah, the Funko Pops are kind of being pushed out. But yeah, most of that stuff is like, oh, this is stuff that I streamed that I thought was cool. I thought was fun. One of the rocks from archaeology, of course, Pac-Man, the Wii. Oh yeah, the goat's from the carnival. The book in the potion is from the hot tub. The hat's from the last one, the replacement stream. 985 is Dollhouse, obviously. Grotto Beast is right next to it. Seaman is right there. The archaeology thing is right there, the big geode. I'm surprised nobody's noticed this one. Do you see what's all the way on the left? On the 1, 2, 3 on the third shelf. Can you guys see what that is? It's a rat. Yeah, it's a rat with a Christmas hat on. There's a blue toothbrush sitting on him. But yeah, I mean, is it a little corny? Maybe it's a little corny. Well, I don't know. You know what's gonna be sad? If like I don't know, taking that down. Oh, it's time to get existential and time to get real again. Uh-oh. I mean, a lot of you guys know that. I mean, I'm not gonna do this forever. And how I decide on when and how that I'm gonna do something else from here, I don't know what that looks like yet. Eventually, I need to start to figure that out. And I'm starting to piece together what I would want to do after this. But yeah, like what do I want to do? What do I want to continue to do? I have a few ideas, things that I'd like to do where I wouldn't just like disappear completely, right? I don't know. I don't know what that looks like yet. You should run for president. No, I don't want to do that. To join the circus. This guy can't stop talking about retiring. It's all he talks about. Signs with evolved and does that immediately. No, I'm just saying. This is a chill house stream. We talk about this stuff on the house streams. It's been 3 hours. All right, let's move to the AI stuff. Yeah, before we get started, before we like kind of continue though, I you know, thinking about retiring and everything. No, I'm getting older, so I got things to think about. I'm thinking about retiring. Thinking about retiring. No, I'm getting older, so I'm thinking about things to think about. So, you know, I mean, oh shit! I have to gift subs. I can't though. I don't have it. My money won't go through to Twitch. I didn't say how many. I'll give you an extra 10. Okay, that'll be 110. I was making a joke because like I talk about this shit all the time, and I'm just a fucking like, all right, no, I'm not gonna talk about retiring anymore. Just real debt. Add it to the tab. All right, let's do AI dungeon. Isn't that gonna be fun, guys? Oh, I gotta turn my ring light on. I can't be sitting here like this. I shouldn't. There we go. That was weird. Let's go ahead and let's do apocalyptic. You are Edward, a survivor trying to survive in a post-apocalyptic world by scavenging among the ruins of what is left. You have a backpack and a canteen. You haven't eaten in 2 days, so you're desperately searching for food. You enter a rundown building and find it occupied by a man and his 2 children. They lit a fire in the fireplace to keep themselves warm. You can see a sack of potatoes on a shelf and a closed tin of peaches in the fridge. As you reach to grab the peaches, you catch a glimpse of movement out of the corner of your eye. Don't move, the man says. Did I just like break into this person's house? You take the peaches out of the fridge. I've got the peaches, you say in a cheery tone. Oh, thank you so much. My wife and I have been eating those for 2 days and she's got nothing left. No worries, I'm just passing through. Don't try and stop me. There's a lot of zombies out there. Or you quickly put the peaches back into the original sack. That done, you turn to leave. The man is suddenly on you. Where'd you get those peaches? He asks. Why? Are they gonna hurt me? No, but I'm going to. Keep them. The man then draws a gun and points it at you. I'm gonna say, you would shoot me in front of your children? I might. You wouldn't. Try me. Fine, I won't shoot you. Good, now put the gun down. He does so. You slowly approach him, still not taking your eyes off of him. You're only a few feet away now. Keep a lookout, you whisper. I know. So the gun has legs. Who is this person? I grab the gun out of his hands. You grab the gun out of his hands and turn to leave. Where are you going? He asks. I'm getting somewhere safe. But I thought you... Oh, never mind. It doesn't matter. He then picks up the gun again and points it at you. I took it from him. That doesn't make any sense. He got that from somewhere else. Point my gun at him. Don't you shoot, he says. I won't if you don't. You're a good boy. You'll get your fill of good food and nice warm beds. I hope so. Now get out of here. I've got a business to run after this is all over. Bye. Shoot into the ceiling. You shoot the man in the head with your gun. He slumps down. You quickly look around to make sure his children have not seen you or heard this. They haven't. You then leave the room. You exit the rundown building and find yourself in a street full of overturned vehicles and debris. You see the man with the 2 children coming down the street. You run towards the zombies as fast as you can. You are worried about being seen by the man with the gun. You're also worried about the safety of the peaches, because heaven forbid something happens to those. You continue moving towards the zombies when the man with the gun fires and the bullet hits the zombie in the chest. You hear a satisfying crack as the zombie collapses to the ground. You keep running. You protect the peaches. You grab the peaches and tuck them into your bag. Don't shoot, you yell as you continue running towards the man. No, I want to run that way. I didn't shoot. The gun went off by itself. I was just reaching for the bullets to stop the bleeding. Shut up, you say as you run. You need to get off the street. This is stupid. Eat the peaches in front of the man. What? This AI imaging is just so fucked up. You bite into a peach and you find yourself in a world of flavor and sunshine. You smile from ear to ear. You should have shot the bastards, the man says as he picks up another peach. I can't shoot straight, you say. That's what you get for eating garbage, he says. What the fuck is happening in this story? Do you want to join forces? We could work together to fight zombies. We aren't supposed to talk to each other, he says. We are not supposed to be here in the first place, you yell. You're right, let's work together. You decide to work together. The man pulls out a canteen of water and gives you some. Please verify your email address. What? What do you mean verify my... I already did all this. I verified my email. Hold on. Try the other one. Should I try NovelAI instead? Tall streamer at Hotmail. You are lost in the woods. Your name is Edward III. Your father is Edward the Great, and he has sent you into the woods to claim a relic that has been lost for over 200 centuries. You have a rusty knife and a trusty sword. Begin! As you walk deeper into the woods, you see an old man sitting on a rock. He looks like he's sleeping. You approach him cautiously, but as you get closer, he suddenly sits up, staring at you with bloodshot eyes. That's 20,000 years. Are you serious? Dear old man, I'm looking for a relic that's been lost to time. The old man laughs. Ha! That's exactly what I am. I am the relic master of the forest, and I know every relic in this forest by heart. What do you want from me? Do you know where the heart of Edward is? He laughs again. Of course I do. It's right here in my pocket. But before you can grab it, he vanishes. You're standing near a dead tree. There's a large hole in the ground nearby and a wooden stake sticking out of the ground. Lie down in the hole, on my back. A moment later, you hear a strange sound coming from below you. As you look down, you see the old man sitting on the ground, smiling at you. Hello there, he says. Wait, am I on top of him? Where did you go? How did you disappear so quickly? Oh, that was just a little trick I learned when I was young. I can disappear and appear at will. Can you teach me, old man? Sure, he says. Come on down and we'll have some fun. You descend into the hole, which seems to be a small cave. As soon as you enter the cave, the old man grabs his pocket watch and starts ticking loudly. Suddenly, a huge creature bursts out of the ground behind you. It looks like a cross between a bull and a bear. It turns around and sees the old man. It snarls and charges at him. The old man jumps out of the way just in time, and the creature falls on its side, stunned. You run back towards the old man, who is still holding the pocket watch in his hand. He takes it out of his pocket and flicks it open. Suddenly, he screams and drops the watch. You leave the cave and head deeper into the woods. You are now in the clearing where you found the relic. Why did he scream? Why did you scream after opening the watch? Oh, that's just something that happens sometimes, the old man says. It's not important. Just don't open it again, okay? Suddenly, the old man disappears. You feel yourself falling through the air, and then everything goes black. You are lying on the ground with the old man kneeling beside you. He's holding a flask of water. Is that the relic? Yes, he says. That is the relic. You take the relic from him, put it in your bag. Now let's get out of here. So that's the heart of I don't know what's the name of the guy? Of Edward? Edward's heart? That's the heart of Edward. Suddenly, you're standing in a dark room. You are holding a glowing blue orb. You look around the room and notice that the walls are covered in strange writing. You read, the first man, Adam, created in the image of God, was alone in the Garden of Eden, until Eve, the second woman, was brought forth from his rib. Adam gave her to his son Cain as a wife. Cain slew his brother Abel and fled from the Garden of Eden. Then Enoch, the third man, walked with God and was taken up to heaven without dying. Enoch returned to earth and told his people that the world would end. After many years, the great flood destroyed the world, and Noah built an ark to save his family from the waters. The ark floated for 40 days and nights until it reached dry land. The ark landed on Mount Ararat in Turkey. God commanded Noah to build a tower to reach heaven. Noah obeyed and constructed the Tower of Babel, the first human structure ever made. Is this all real? But Satan, the god of this world, saw the hunters were becoming too powerful and tried to destroy them. So he caused them to speak different languages, and they began to fight amongst themselves. Keep reading. God scattered the humans and scattered their language. When Moses led the Hebrew slaves out of Egypt, he was given the 10 Commandments. Moses returned to Israel and built the tabernacle, the first temple in Jerusalem. King Solomon built the first temple, and the Ark of the Covenant was placed in it. Solomon also built the second temple, which stood until the Romans destroyed it in 70 A. I wonder where Satan was at this point. Satan was banished from heaven and cast down to hell. In the last days, Satan will return to earth, and the Antichrist will reign over the world. The Bible is a book of prophecy. The Antichrist will be a false prophet who will rise to power in the Middle East. His name is Muhammad, and he will rule the world. At the end of his reign, Jesus Christ will return to earth and defeat the Antichrist? What? What the fuck are you talking about? What? Jesus will establish his kingdom on earth and rule as King of Kings for 1,000 years. After that, Satan will be released from prison and tempt. What is happening here? This doesn't sound accurate. It is true that the Antichrist will arise. He will be defeated by Jesus. Also, the Antichrist will not be the only false prophet. There will be others. I don't think this is what happened. Who is talking right now? It's me, the old man says. I'm telling you what happened. You continue reading. After the 1,000 years are up, Satan will be loosed from his prison and will deceive mankind once more. Keep reading. No, I don't want him to keep reading. I'm telling him to keep reading. Hey, go, keep reading. This time he will be able to use the powers of a fallen angel called the Beast. The Beast will rule the world for 7 years before being defeated by Jesus. When Satan is imprisoned again, the devil will be chained for 1,000 years. Is Thor in this? Yes, the old man says. He is mentioned several times in the Bible. You continue reading. At the end of the millennium, Satan will be loosed once more and will tempt mankind to rebel against God. Can you skip to the part with Elmo? No, the old man says, there isn't much left. During the rebellion, the Antichrist will be killed by the Archangel Michael. Michael will be rewarded for his bravery and become the leader of the angels. Is Elmo in this? No, the old man says. He does not appear in the Bible at all. Oh, okay. Phew. Elmo's not in the Bible. What about Kermit the Frog? Kermit the Frog is not mentioned in the Bible. You continue reading. Please finish the story. After that, Satan will be chained for 1,000 years. All right, he's stuck. I am finished, the old man says. You can stop reading now. You take the book out of his hands and put it back in your bag. Wait, what about Elmo? You're standing in the clearing where you found the road. To the west is a small hill. To the east is a path leading north into the forest. You shout, where is Elmo? Suddenly, the old man appears. Where is Elmo, you ask? He's gone. I sent him away. You reach into your bag and pull out the pocket watch. Fuck this Elmo-less timeline. I'm out of here. Suddenly, you're standing in a dark room. You're holding a glowing blue orb. You look around the room and notice that the walls are covered in strange writing. You read, the first man, Adam, created in the image of God, was alone in the Garden of Eden. Read the part about Elmo. Until Eve. Come on. You can't give me like Elmo, like is like Eve or something. The Book of Elmo. You climb the hill and are standing at the top. To the north is a path leading south into the forest. The east is a... To the north is a path leading south into the forest. To the east is a path leading north into the forest. And to the west is a path leading north into the forest. You find the relic. We need to find the relic. We need to find the relic. Start shaking the old man. You start shaking the old man. We need to find the relic. We need to find the relic. It's over. We're stuck in an infinite loop now. Do a news story about Elmo. Okay. All right, that was fun. 47. 47. You're searching for Elmo, an old character made popular by Sesame Street. Elmo's very elusive and would not be easy to try. That really does read like Diana. Okay, the door swings open, revealing a dark tunnel beyond. You can see a ladder leading up to a trapdoor above. A huge metal box sits on the floor of the room. It looks like it might be heavy enough to crush you if you were foolish enough to try lifting it. You're standing near the exit to the end of the world tunnel. Michael is waiting outside. He waves as you approach. Hey there, Mikey, he says. Hi, Michael. Michael, the important thing is tracking down Elmo. He's here somewhere. Right. I guess we should get started then. Michael nods and takes out his notebook. You turn to leave. Michael stops you. Hey, wait, Mikey! Let me just make a few notes first. I don't understand why you're so worried about this Elmo guy. We've only known each other for a couple of weeks. Why do you care so much? Well, I don't really know him personally, but my parents always talked about him when I was growing up. So what's this all about? Are you gonna help me find him or not? I'm sorry, Mikey. I'm afraid I can't help you. Why not? Because I think it would be dangerous to go looking for Elmo. Dangerous? What are you talking about? Dangerous? What did he teach you? He taught me a lot of things, but I didn't really pay attention to most of them. He told me how to count and how to read. I'm afraid he might be dangerous. What makes you think that? He's a monster. What kind of monster? I don't know. I guess I never paid attention to what he looked like. He can't hurt you. I know, but still, I don't feel safe around him. Why? I don't know. Michael, please, I need your help. If we can find Elmo, we can bring him to justice. What did he do? Nothing really. I mean, he taught me stuff, but he wasn't really a bad guy. I don't know why he left. Did he ever threaten you? No. What makes Elmo dangerous? I don't know. I'm just scared. You're being silly, Michael. You shouldn't let something like this scare you. I know, I'm sorry. I just don't feel comfortable with the whole thing. Play in editor mode. It's less likely to get stuck in a loop. We've got a dev in chat in the Discord. They might have some tips to make the AI work better. This is vaguely intimidating Elmo. So okay, so instead of adventure mode, we do just text editor. You're searching for Elmo, one of the most beloved children's television personalities. He has since gone into hiding in an undisclosed bunker somewhere in the I just fucking burped. I'm sorry. It is your job to track down Elmo and interrogate him. Okay, your first stop will be the National Archives. You've been granted access to the files there. You should find some useful information about Elmo's background and history, including a file on his family tree. You pull up his family tree. Elmo's father was named William T. Sesame. His mother was Margaret M. Sesame. They were both born in Brooklyn, New York. They had 3 children together, a son named Peter J. Elmo was the oldest, followed by a daughter named Sarah Elizabeth. The last child was a boy who was given the name Thomas James Elmo. Unfortunately, he died before he could say his first word. After the death of their youngest child, Elmo's parents moved to San Diego, California, where they started a baked goods store. This business did well enough that they eventually opened a second location in Los Angeles. They retired from the bakery after 20 years and decided to move back to Brooklyn to be close to the family. The day they arrived in Brooklyn, they found that their home had burned down. So they went back to San Diego, bought a new house, and started all over again. After 5 years of running the business, Elmo's parents sold it and moved back to Brooklyn. Elmo's parents never spoke of their time in California or why they returned to Brooklyn. Unfortunately, the house was burned down when they went back to Brooklyn. So they went back to San Diego. This time they bought a house that was still standing. When they got back to San Diego, they learned that their house had burned down again. And this time they couldn't afford to rebuild. What the fuck? No. We're looking for Elmo here, okay? All right, so now we know the backstory. Knowing the backstory, I ventured to the Antarctic looking for clues on Elmo's whereabouts. This is literally the Frankenstein plot. I located a small deep cave within the ice. Inside the cave, I found Elmo sitting on a rock with his arms crossed. He didn't look happy to see me.
Who are you?
Stared back into those soulless eyes and muttered the phrase. I'm not George fucking R.R. Martin, okay? I'm getting too into this. Said, retribution. He began to shake.
No, don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me.
Why should I not hurt you?
Because I'm innocent. I'm innocent, I swear.
Tell me everything, Elmo.
All right, I'll tell you. But you have to promise not to kill me.
Of course I answered, but I will take you prisoner until I can figure out what to do with you. So spill it. What did you do? What did you do to my friend Gwen? What are you talking? Gwen said she saw you leave her house? What the fuck? What made you flee to Antarctica? It's a long story. Just trust me. I didn't do anything wrong. I was just minding my own business. And this lady came along and told me she wanted to buy my life. What does that mean, Elmo?
Well, let me start at the beginning. I was walking through Central Park one day when this woman approached me. She said she wanted to buy my life. I thought she meant she would pay me to go away, but I soon realized that wasn't true.
What did she mean?
She explained that if I agreed to sell my life, she would give me $1 million. She said I'd get the money right now and I wouldn't have to work for it.
Did you sign a contract? Was there any paperwork involved?
Not really. She just gave me the money and said to leave town immediately. That was the last I ever saw of her, Mr. Noodle.
And you left town. What did you do with the money?
I went to Atlantic City and played blackjack. I won a lot of money, and I kept winning more and more as time went on. I became a millionaire in a few months.
How much were you getting paid on Sesame Street?
$1,000 a week.
So you're telling me that you've been working for free for the past 30 years? How do you feel about that? I don't know. Did you have any investments? Did you put any money away? Elmo, please.
No, I gambled it all away. I guess I didn't think I would live that long.
Do you have a family? Where's your family?
My mom passed away a few years ago. My dad died a couple of years after that. They were both in their 70s. Why, are you going to kill me? Please.
No, I'm not gonna kill you.
I'm just gonna hurt you real bad.
Unless I need to. I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'll just lock you up in a room and throw away the key.
Okay, do whatever you want. Just don't hurt me.
Get in the back. Get in the back of the fucking squad car. No, get in the... Am I a detective? I don't think I can get away. We're in a cave in Antarctica. Get in the back of the squad car. Get in the back of the squad car. I took him to the police station and locked him in a cell. I called in a couple of detectives to help me interrogate him. They brought in a camera crew to film the interrogation. We began to question him. Elmo, have you ever done anything wrong? Have you ever stolen anything? Ever committed a crime?
No, I haven't done anything like that. I don't understand what you're talking about.
Sure you haven't done anything wrong? Ever stolen a candy bar? Corner store? Little shit? Stole something from someone? Cheated on your taxes? Faked your income tax? Committed a fraud?
No, I haven't done any of those things.
You ever lied to anyone? I point the bright light into his face. Like, beep.
No, I've always told the truth.
You ever cheated on your wife? You ever lied to her? You ever betrayed her? You ever spoken badly behind her back? Just send it. Send it.
No, I've never done any of those things.
You have any enemies?
Yes, I have several enemies.
Can you name them?
Sure. I have a few people who hate me. One person in particular hates me very much.
Who is that?
His name is Jim Henson, and he runs a company called the Muppets.
Bullshit. You are a part of the Muppets. I know that, Elmo. I know that. He's a part of the Muppets. He's part of the same group that made everybody else. They were all created by the Jim Henson Company. Bullshit. You're part of the Muppets. You're a puppet. I know you're a puppet. You're a fucking puppet.
I'm not a puppet. I'm a real human being. I'm not a puppet.
Prove it. Prove that you're a real human being. Tell me who you are.
How do I do that?
Tell me who you are.
I'm Elmo. I'm a little red monster.
Aha! Not a real boy, are ya? Not a real boy, are you? You can't prove it, can you, Elmo?
Okay, I'll prove it. Look, here, look at this picture.
He pulled out a picture of himself and showed it to us. This doesn't prove anything. We are gonna need far more. We're gonna need more evidence.
What else do you want me to do?
I want you to do the same thing that you did in the picture.
What? What are you talking about?
See where your arm is? That look on your face? Do that right now. He did what we asked. He stuck his tongue out and wiggled his ears. He did a bunch of other stuff too, but I don't remember exactly what he did. It was pretty silly.
See, I'm not a puppet. I'm a real human being. I'm not a fucking puppet.
Okay. I believe you. But he doesn't. I point over to the Cookie Monster. But he doesn't. The Cookie Monster is here to testify, Elmo, that you are a puppet.
The Cookie Monster is lying. I'm not a puppet. I'm a real boy.
We believe you, Elmo. Now I'm going to let you go. Put a plate of cookies on the counter with a sign that says free cookies. Let's see the chaos fucking happen here. If you come back to the station, you can have as many as you want. Go ahead and eat them all. You deserve it. Thank you. Thank you very much. He ate the cookies. We take Elmo out of the interrogation room and let him go free. He leaves the station and heads back to his home in Brooklyn. We watch him walk down the street. We follow him. As he walks away, I turn to the detectives and say, that was easy.
What do you think, Kermie?
I think we should interrogate every single Muppet in America. We should bring them all in for questioning.
Who's Mr. Pibb? Mr. Pibb. that's like a soft drink guy. That's not even a Muppet. Is it Mr. Pibb? Like a Dr. Pepper ripoff guy? Oh no, we're just good. Why would we be going after this guy? He's not even a Muppet. No more National Archives. All right, new story. Man, do I love toast. Crispy edges, buttery surface area, and the smell baking bread. You can really put anything on toast, and it will be good. A piece of cheese? Check. Sliced tomatoes? Check. Yum. Peanut butter? Yes, please. Jam? Hell yes. Honey? Duh. It's like a blank canvas that you get to fill with whatever you want. That was just what I wrote, but 5 times better. I've been on a toast-only diet for several years now, following the diet guide Just Toast. I seem to have much more energy. My hair is shinier than ever before, and I'm totally happy with my life. And I'm in my apartment, eating some toast, when I hear a knock at my door. I look through the peephole and see my neighbor across the hall, Mr. Fitz, standing there. Cook reaches into his pocket and pulls out a large, a piece of paper that has been crumbled up. On the paper is a list of ingredients. This is the secret recipe. I wrote it down so that you won't forget it. Give it to me and I won't fire you. Fine, I will, but you better keep your word. The cook hands me the recipe and I walk back to Mr. Fitz's table. Here you go, Mr. Fitz. Thank you, Mark. I'm very grateful for your help. No problem for you, Mr. Fitz. See you tomorrow. Goodbye, Mark. I return to my station and tell the others why am I a cook. I notice I wander over to the cook's station and ask what is so funny. I wrote down how to make rat poison. What? I figured since Mr. Fitz is a rat, I would give him the recipe for rat poison. What are you talking about? He's a rat, I told you. You remember when I said I had to write down the recipe for that rat poison? Well, I used my finger to write it down. You wrote the recipe for rat poison with your finger? No way! Well, I can't believe you did that. That's horrible. What do you mean horrible? Well, you could kill someone with that. Like, really? How? It's easy. Just mix it with water and drink it. You're joking. No, I'm not. If you do that, you'll die. I've run into the lobby to find Mr. Fitz about to drink out of a glass of water. I grab the glass of water from him and pour it on the floor. Hey, what are you doing? What do you think I'm doing? You almost poisoned yourself. Why did you stop me? Because you could have died. I don't want to see that happen. You saved my life. No, I didn't. If you hadn't stopped, you would have died. So you're saying that you don't care if I die? Of course not. Why would I want you dead? Sneered at me. You understand what you just said? I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I know you didn't. Don't worry. I forgive you. I gotta get more elaborate things to do. I have my job back. Sure, no problem. Hold on, I like bit like a piece of skin off. I don't want you to see that. Okay, can I have my job back? Sure, no problem. I return to my station and resume my duties as assistant manager. I look at my watch and realize that I'm late for a meeting. I rush out of the restaurant and onto the street. As I walk by Mr. Fitz, I notice he's turning green. Are you okay, Mr. Fitz? Yes, I'm fine. Are you sure? Yes, I'm fine. He stumbles forward and falls to the ground. He hits his head on a lampshade and starts bleeding. Mr. Fitz, are you hurt? No, I'm fine. He gets up and walks over to a trash can. He pukes up all the food. What the fuck? He pukes up all of the food he ate at dinner. I have to get out of here. The music is making this fucking fucked up. It's so stupid. He pukes up all the food he ate at dinner and then collapses on the ground. I rush over to him and sit him up. Mr. Fitz, are you all right? Yes, I'm fine. Are you sure? Yes, I'm fine. I take him to the hospital where they determine that he has internal bleeding. They tell me he might not make it. I ask the nurse what kinds of vitamins they are giving him in his IV. She tells me they are giving him vitamin K. Vitamin K. Yes, vitamin K helps your blood clot. Without it, you would bleed to death. You mean he might die? Yes, that's exactly what I mean. I tell her to give him more vitamin K. His skin turns blue and he stops breathing. Help! I scream. The nurse rushes in and begins resuscitating him. After a few minutes, he comes back to life. But he's still blue. What's going on? I ask. His heart stopped beating for a few minutes. What do I do now? You need to keep pumping his chest until he wakes up? I continue to pump Mr. Fitz's chest, and after a few minutes, he opens his eyes. Mark? Mr. Fitz, what happened? I don't know. I was just walking down the street and suddenly I blacked out. The chef walks in. Hi, Mark. Hello. I brought you some flowers. Mr. Fitz walks over to the chef and punches him in the face. Mr. Fitz turns into a bat and flies at full speed into a window. I watch in horror as Mr. Fitz continues to fly through the city and eventually crashes into a building. He hits the ground hard and dies instantly. I rush over to him and find that he is dead.
Breadcrumbs?
Yeah, breadcrumbs.
What are they doing in my mouth?
I put them there
Why?
because I wanted to see if you would eat them. Mr. Fitz sinks his teeth into my neck, but there is no blood. Not even no blood, only garlic flavor. You see, when one eats garlic toast every day, it seems to come in handy against vampires. What an awful sentence. He tries to escape, but I grab him and bite him in the neck. He screams in pain. Stop, what's wrong? You're not a vampire anymore. I hold the knife in place and then start to cut his stomach open. I remove his intestines and throw them into a garbage can. I take out his liver and slice it up into pieces. What the fuck? I then take his heart and throw it into the trash can with the rest of the organs. I take a deep breath and inhale the blood that is in the garbage can. It tastes horrible, but it works.
Wow, that was gross.
Yeah, it was. Do you know how long it took me to get this organ back inside of you? No, I don't. There. This is the most realistic VR experience I've ever seen. All right, here's a plan. If I'm going to do a 9 p.m. stream, just like a launch stream and just play for like at least... Well, because yeah, I'll play it the next day too. Yeah, let's do it. Let's fucking go. I've never done that before. I have absolutely never done a launch game stream before when it comes out the second it's available. I'm going to stream on the 24th at 9 p.m. Pacific. We're going to play for at least 3, 4, 5 hours. And then I'm going to go to bed and get up, and we're going to do it all over again on Friday. So I will be live on the 24th at 9 p.m. or 9:30 maybe to give it like 20, 30 minutes to unlock. Thanks for watching. The first game was really cozy. I really enjoyed that. And it's always fun to mess around with. There was a couple things in the AI, novel AI stuff that was really funny.